All right, I'm going to share about our February team analytics. I do this every month. I see the smiles. This has been an interesting month. Anderson, just so you know, we actually have an incident response team, and we perform activities that get you experience on your resume where you can say, I functioned as an incident response analyst. This is real incidents. This is real work. It may seem very mundane, but it is valuable, and you can put it on your resume as experience, not just training. This is experience. Okay, so that's why we do this. For February, for our incident response team, here. Oops, let me back up. There we are. We report fraudulent spam, phishing, other emails. I'm going to turn my video on. Things are running kind of slow here. There we go. Our team members report fraud, spam, phishing, other emails to the Federal Trade Commission and other sites like McAfee, Microsoft, Amazon, etc. I do one that I enjoy doing is to Cisco. And then they document it on the incident response team form. That way I can certify that they have done it. So here's our statistics. In February, we had a total of 6 people participating, including Kenya and Kate, who are on the call. We had a total of 16 sessions where people went on and did these reports, and they reported a total of 90 incidents. And total was 8 hours and 5 minutes spent reporting incidents to authorities. This month's top IRT analyst, congratulations, Kenya. You did it. You beat everyone. You submitted more incidents than anyone else. And I will just tell you, there are a couple different approaches. One is do a couple every day. The other is save them all up and do them near the end of the month. It's up to you. Whatever works best for your schedule, but you can do some real serious incident response work and reporting whenever your time allows. So who do you think beat the mentor? Da, 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 da. 4 of you. 4 of you. Kate, Kenya, Siobhan, and Twyla. All right, so you all get certificates that say, I beat my mentors. In fact, I'll bring one up and show it to you. I beat my mentors. And that is so that you have the right to brag. Not only are you doing the work, but you're doing more of it than other people in this group. And I don't want you to compete with each other as much as compete with me. You know, I do a lot. And if you beat those numbers, you can be proud of that. So all 4 of you are going to get these certificates. I have them available. Hello. My wife is here. But 4 of you got that I beat my mentors certificate for this month. So congratulations, well earned. But you know why you got it, right? Why did you get it this month?
You took it easy on this.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I slowed down a bit, but I'm not going to do the same thing in March. Okay, so be prepared to up your game. Be prepared to up your game. So for everybody that participates, in fact, let me see if I can get these into the chat. Yes, I can. Good. Everybody that participates, you can get these certificates of participation even if you only submit one incident report. So there's the participation. Make sure you get the one for you. And then we also have the I beat my mentors, but like I said, you're going to have to work hard to do that this month. And of course, Kenya, there's your top incident response analyst certificate. You did better than anyone on the team. Well, you submitted more than anyone on the team. So there are 3 total certificates. All right. If you participate and submit even one report, you get your certificate of participation. You can put that on your resume that says during this month, or if you do it over a course of series of months from August until February, I performed as an incident response analyst. I have experience. It goes in your experience block as an incident response analyst. That's what I'm trying to help you do. Then the top IRT analyst is whoever submits the most reports, whoever mentees submit the most reports. That's not measuring against the mentors. That's just the mentee that gets the most. And if by chance there's a tie, then both of you will get the most. Both of you will get that certificate. And then the bottom one is I beat my mentors for any mentee that beats all the mentors. Okay, we'll talk. We'll talk. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Okay. Okay, but that's not what I'm doing right now. All right, so these are all the people that have participated. My wife was trying to encourage everybody to go over to ISC Squared and sign up, because you can actually get going on the CC certification for no charge. So that's what she's telling me in my ear. But that's okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Here are all the people that have participated as incident response team members. And you notice only 2 of the mentors have, and we have a mentorship team of 5. So, whoops, I need to turn my video back on. There we go, because I held up 5 and you didn't see that. But here are the people that have participated so far. I would love to see everyone's name on here. And all you have to do is submit at least one, and then make sure you put it onto our report form on Google Docs. And I think every single person that does this should feel proud. You are making a difference. It may sound like it's an insurmountable task, but you've got to start somewhere. And when I think I told you when I originally put this program together and spoke to a CISO about this and said, what do you think? She said, it's a wonderful education. It's a great place to get started, because many, many, many people go get their degrees, they go get their certifications, they submit their resumes, and it says, I have a degree, I have a certification, hire me. Compared to you who say, I may have a degree, I may have a certification, I work as an incident response analyst, I'm a cybersecurity mentee, I'm part of the Speakers Bureau, we put together slide decks to notify the public, I conduct training locally, I am a cybersecurity subject matter expert within my sphere of influence. All of that compared to the other person that says, I have a degree, I have a certification, hire me. In other words, you're making a difference now with what you already have. And that's valuable. If you guys saw the article that I sent to you all in the group from fortune.com, where they talked about that, and they said soft skills are frequently the differentiating factor. If they have 100 people that have submitted applications and they all have somewhat similar degrees and certifications, how do you choose? Make sure that you pack your resume with all of these little volunteer things that you do already, because that shows where your head's at. So very important and very helpful. So again, you guys are doing well. I applaud you every single month. When this list gets bigger and we get more and more people doing it, we can actually make a difference. I think they said that last year, the Federal Trade Commission reported that there were like 88,000 reports filed on the reportfraud.ftc.gov. I would love to get to a point where we're like 1% of those. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? Nationwide, well, actually worldwide, because the FTC accepts stuff from other countries. Why? Because that's where the black hats may be sitting when they're hacking somebody in Azusa, California. You know, you just don't know. So good luck. You guys are doing well, and I congratulate you. Any comments? Any discussions? Okay, here are the statistics. In 2023, the program began in June of 2023. We submitted 664 incidents last year, which was our beginning year for this incident response team. So far this year, we've done 191 in the first 2 months of the program. So it's going to be much more than I anticipate. You know, it'll be over 1,000 this year, just if we continue at this pace. But I expect everybody to increase your pace. Any questions? Very proud of you guys, very proud. And again, Anderson, this is your first time here. Anyone who participates in this program as a mentee or a mentor can get this credit. Just participate. In fact, I'll put the report form in the chat so that everybody has it. You can use reportfraud.ftc.gov. You can use amazon.com/reportascam. You can do Talos Intelligence. Kate, you were doing one that actually reported IPs, right? IP addresses?
Yeah, abuse APD or ADP, something like that. Yeah, and
right.
Kaspersky and McAfee. Yeah.
Okay, Kaspersky and McAfee. Very good. The important thing to remember is it's not, how do I say this? Many people say, well, if I'm doing this, what good does it do? Think about it this way. What experience am I getting? Because imagine, I'm going to hit some of you with a dose of reality here. You're going to apply for a job and say, ooh, I've got this Security Plus certification and certified ethical hacker, and I'm Pen Test Plus certified, and I want to be a pen tester. And you get into an organization that has maybe a security team of 10 people, and the person who's been there 14 years is their pen tester. What do you bring that would cause them to not want this person to continue doing the pen testing? Pen testing is fun. But that doesn't mean that's where everybody works in cybersecurity. Kate, you mentioned that. You could be a risk analyst. You could be an admin. You could be a program management specialist where you're just keeping track of everybody's projects. You could be, like in this case, an incident response analyst where all you're doing is basically paperwork. But everything, all of it adds up to make a difference. So you've got to understand. I always use this example. I joined the Air Force back in, well, last century, last millennium. I joined the Air Force. And of course, when people walk into the Air Force recruiter, they say, I want to fly jets. I want to fly fighter aircraft. But very few of the entire Air Force personnel group get to sit in an aircraft and fly a fighter jet. Very few. There are people who drive the trucks. There are people who maintain the equipment that's inside. There are people who fix the food. There are people that make sure everybody gets paychecks. And they're all Air Force. So not everybody gets to be that cyber warrior on the front lines slugging it out with the black hats. Just remember that you have a part to play, and it all contributes to your organization's overall security. So, Kate, yes?
I wanted to add that not everybody wants, to fly the jet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, I will tell you that my suggestion is not to get Pen Test Plus. My suggestion is to go for Network Plus, for example, so that you understand the infrastructure. You understand how packets move around. You understand what buffer overflows are, because buffer overflows are the #1 source of server compromise on the internet, and have been for 20 years. Buffer overflow. I was in an organization back in 2007. I'm sorry, I got into them at 2010 or 2011. I was hired in as a program manager. They had been compromised in 2007 and spent an entire year off the internet because they had to rebuild every single server in the organization. And by the way, this was an institution that gave people master's degrees. It was an actual college campus. And they had to be off the internet for a year because every server had to be replaced because of one server that had a buffer overrun. So it happens. Be aware that the simple stuff is where the bad guys are going to try and get you first. And just because you're only doing something that you consider to be mundane and boring, no, it's all important. It's all important. Comments, questions, anybody?
Yeah, on this event where I attended this week, we asked the CISO like what the most terrifying he's thinking of attack, and he mentioned that
right.
The phishing probably. Yeah.
Phishing.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is, everybody? Why do you think the CISO is so concerned about phishing? Very good question, by the way.
Yes, the phishing is a very easy tool for the hackers to hack the systems. So why? When we get any email, we see that, oh, I just got the email from the HR or CISO. People don't read the links, and in the phishing email, when we get, it seems look like a very important, very urgent, and we are excited to see that. People don't read all the emails because we are getting so many emails. It is a very easy way to enter the doors inside the network.
And
even we are getting so
you're
many
right on,
trainings.
Harminder.
Yeah, even we are getting so many trainings. Still people catch in the phishing. In cybersecurity, catch the people in a phishing email. It is a very easy thing. So that is.
Can someone else try and rephrase that a little bit? I'm trying to help you think about this. Why is that such a big deal?
Sorry.
Go ahead, Kate.
I think in every company we have people, and that's the main point, right?
And people are generally stupid and lazy. And that's your lowest common denominator is the one person who doesn't think they need to worry about security training. It's not going to happen to me. And they open up this weird email from some Nigerian prince, and they double click on the attachment, and the warning comes up and says, wait a minute, this came from outside the environment. Are you sure you want to do this? Yeah, sure. And then it pops up and it says, wait a minute, this contains active content. Are you sure? This could be the source of your problem. Are you sure you want to continue? And the person who didn't have training says yes. That's what concerns your CISO, is that the people, your lowest common denominator, the lowest person who doesn't believe security training applies to them, is the place where they could enter your environment. And all you can do is stress training, stress awareness. Our organization, they would do, training, or they would do a phishing exercise. Every quarter we do phishing exercises. It just shows up in your inbox. And you're supposed to do certain things with it, like report it or delete it. And frequently people don't. They're like, ooh, I'll just, they sent it, someone sent it to me for a reason. And they go through the whole 9 yards, and the thing pops up and it says, okay, you took the bait. So now you are scheduled for mandatory security review training, and your supervisor has been notified. Yikes! So that's how serious it is. The biggest company can be brought down by the smallest person within it. And that is a CISO's nightmare. Yep. Very good. Anyone else? Okay. Well, please do read the articles that I put up. This one that I put up in Facebook and on our email list. Can you enter the cybersecurity industry and get an entry-level job without experience? Read that, because it talks about, yes, experience, yes, certifications, yes, degrees, but then it says, what about soft skills? And we talked about that a couple months ago. It's one of our videos. Soft skills are what are going to make or break your organization. You could have somebody who's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, but he's a jerk and nobody wants to work with him. So why would you poison your team by bringing on this, master specialist who people can't get along with? He shows up and everybody else says, I'm going over to here. I'm going to go get coffee, or, oh, I don't feel good today, or whatever. You've lost your workforce cohesiveness. They're no longer working together because this guy thinks he's Superman. Why would you do that? So soft skills make the difference. And then also they talked about do volunteer work. And one of the things that they talked about was, working as a volunteer for a nonprofit or whatever. Help out. Yes, you won't get paid, but yes, you get experience. And you can show that you're doing things because it's important, not just because you get paid. And that shows in a resume. Okay? All right, everybody. I think we're done. Thank you so much for all your participation.